Welcome, Eurovision fans! So I wanted to do a different type of list and try a new type of video out because I think these will be fun. So Australia has competed at Eurovision over the last 5 years. They were actually brought in 2013 to give a pre-recorded presentation like Australia's here. It kind of like let people know they had been recording Eurovision and been airing the show for 30 plus years. So it was kind of a road to Eurovision Australian style. In 2014, Jessica Mauboy actually performed in the second semifinal interval act with the song Sea of Flags. So 2015, they were invited to make their debut, and the rest is history. Me personally, I started watching Eurovision in 2015, so Australia has always been a part of the contest. So while it was weird to me at first to see Australia there, it would be even weirder for me to not have Australia because they've always been there as long as I've been a massive Eurovision fan. So yeah, it's only fair that I start with Australia because I've heard all of their entries so far. So yeah, we're going to get into it. I'm going to talk about the top 5 songs Australia has sent thus far. And I'm not going to make any kangaroo jokes. I'm not going to talk about dingoes eating any babies. No mention of Steve Irwin. No stupid Vegemite jokes. Yeah, stupid Americans. They all do that. They all bring up some buzzword about Australia, but you're not going to find that at my channel here because I take my work very seriously here.
One small step for Europe, one giant leap for Australia.
Number 5, 2018, Jessica Mauboy, We Got Love. You know, as much as I genuinely dislike Love, Love, Peace, Peace songs, I have to say this one has grown on me a bit. At least this one is realistic. There are things that suck about the world, but don't give up because we got love. I was hard on this song, but I've come to appreciate different aspects of it. I love Jessica's personality and charisma on stage. I felt that the staging did not go that well, though, and the snake dance, while cultural to Jessica, it felt out of place with this specific song. I keep that opinion today just as I did back at the contest in 2018, but I've lightened up a bit more on the song, to the point where I can find it a bit enjoyable today. Even though it's my least favorite song from Australia, I find it enjoyable regardless, meaning there are no songs that I dislike from Australia. If Valentina Moneta can be the mascot for San Marino, then Jessica Mauboy so far is the mascot for Australia, having performed twice at the big show. As I said, her Sea of Flags helped introduce us to Australia in 2014 at the second interval. Jessica ended up placing 4th in semifinal 2 in 2018. She would go on to finish 20th in the grand final, receiving 99 points in the process. To date, Mauboy has the lowest finish of the 5 singers from Australia in the Eurovision Song Contest. While I've come to appreciate the song over time, it still falls just behind my number 4 song on this list. Number 4, 2017, Isaiah, Don't Come Easy. A lot of people would probably put this song as their last place from Australia, but I have a bit of a soft spot in my heart for this song. I never really got annoyed that a 17-year-old was singing about being hurt many times. It's called suspension of belief, and we use that in movies all the time, so why not songs as well? I understand conviction being important, but honestly I felt that Isaiah had a lot of conviction and sincerity in his performance. The studio version of the song was very good, though sadly Isaiah kind of fumbled through the semifinal performance during the live show, and many felt he shouldn't have qualified. He did better in the finals. Isaiah ended up placing 6th in semifinal 1 with 160 points. This was another year where people blamed Australia and Isaiah for their countries not making it to the finals, much like Surat got this year from people including myself. And Isaiah faced it from other artists as well from other countries. But apparently his jury show performance was very good, and he ended up making it to the finals. Isaiah did much better in those finals and ended up finishing in ninth place. He scored 173 overall in points, but the funny thing was the televote to jury split. He received 171 points from the jury, but he only received 2 points from the televotes. Though Don't Come Easy had its issues, I appreciate this song and Isaiah as a performer. And it would be great to see him come back to Eurovision someday with more experience, as I think he has an incredible voice. Number 3, 2015, Guy Sebastian, Tonight Again. Obviously, 2015 was Australia's official debut at Eurovision, and they picked a wonderful and charismatic performer in Guy Sebastian. He really brought the party. The staging was incredible, and I remember how happy the song made me feel the first time I heard it. And, well, every time after, I still get that big happy smile on my face. As Australia was only a guest participant in the first year, Guy did not have to qualify for the grand final. Instead, he just performed in the final with the Big Five and Austria. Tonight Again would go on to place 5th and receive 196 points in the grand final. At 5th place, Guy has Australia's second best ever placing in the contest. He was the perfect act to start the Australian Eurovision journey. I will always remember Tonight Again with fondness and joy, as 2015 was my first year watching Eurovision as a fan. Number 2, 2019, Kate Miller-Heidke, Zero Gravity. So many people hated this song at the beginning, but not me. I thought it was a lovely song, and I even used that word to describe it in my review. And I fell in love more and more with the song as Eurovision approached. I loved Kate's sincere and vulnerable approach, as well as the imagery associated with the song. I personally have long struggled with depression, and I know what it's like to have a dementor-like negative energy cloud following me around, and finding out how to live with it. Depression is not something that you just get rid of, but you manage, you maintain. And this song really hit me hard for that reason. I love the imagery, and it was one of my favorite stagings of the 2019 contest. Also, Kate's voice, incredible. That goes without saying. That's pretty obvious. Kate actually won semifinal 1, earning 261 points, 19 points ahead of second place Czech Republic, Lake Malawi, friend of a friend. Kate would go on to get 9th place in the grand final overall, earning a total of 284 points. Though Australia barely made the top 10, I think Kate had a tremendous performance, and this song that was once unpopular gained a lot of respect and fans during the Eurovision season. Now it is a song that I believe will be remembered for years to come down the road. So why is Zero Gravity only number 2? Well, there's just one song from Australia that I loved a little bit more. And my favorite song from Australia is 2016 Dami, Sound of Silence. Wow, this was a song, wasn't it? I just remember hearing this and thinking how beautiful it was. The song was a bit dark and moody, but somehow it helped me when I was sad and depressed. I could find myself getting lost in the words. I remember being very sad and lonely about this time. My life was Sound of Silence, I guess. So the mood and tone resonated with me as much as any of the other songs of 2016. Well, and Miracle, but that was for a different reason. This was the first song that I really loved from 2016, after thinking 2016 could possibly be a down year. Dami had a box on stage, and That's all she needed. Her performance was all about her and her huge voice. She filled that arena. Dami actually won semifinal 2 in 2016 with 330 points, beating Jamala from Ukraine, who received only 287 points. But alas, the finals are a different animal when you have all the other qualifying countries, plus the Big Five, plus Sweden, voting as well. Jamala won with 534 points, and Dami got second with 511 points in a very close race to deliver Australia's best Eurovision finish to date, second place. Dami managed to win the jury show by over 100 points, but she fell just short on the televotes. Nevertheless, I see Sound of Silence as Australia's most complete and iconic Eurovision entry to date. This is why Dami and Sound of Silence is my favorite Australian Eurovision song of all time. Thank you for watching my list of my top 5 songs from Australia. Please feel free to list your list. Let me know. Let me know what your favorite songs are, which ones you don't like, and don't be offended by my opinion. It's a meaningless, silly opinion. We all have them. There's no need to get offended. Let's have constructive conversation in the comment section. That's what makes this all fun. People getting offended, you're no fun. We don't want you around. So have fun with it. Just say what songs you like. We don't all have to agree. That's the beauty of Eurovision, is we can all disagree. We can all have our favorites. So please let me know in the comment section, what order, ranking would you give them? What songs did you love? What songs did you hate, dislike? It's fine. It's all fine. We can all just share our opinions and have fun with it. And Australians, great people, fantastic people. I have yet to meet an asshole who's Australian. Just haven't. I'm sure they exist, because they exist in every country has their assholes and great people and crap people. I meet crap people here in the USA every single day, so I've seen plenty of them. But yeah, just I love Australian music. I'm a huge fan of like Men at Work. I never mentioned that, but Who Can It Be and Land Down Under and Overkill. Love those songs. Men at Work is one of my favorite bands that I listen to. Yeah, I hope Australia comes back every year. We have them at Eurovision because I appreciate the songs that Australia brings every single year. It's just great. I don't know how Eurovision Asia is going to affect anything if it gets rolling off the ground. Apparently it's supposed to be held in Australia, I think in the Gold Coast. That's where they're supposed to be having Eurovision Asia this year if everything works out. I haven't heard anything for or against it, but so far it seems to be 17 countries hosting in Australia, going to happen November, December, so this year. So I hope that works. I hope that goes well, and that would be great to see Australia at Eurovision Asia. Australia should be the favorite because they have experience in Eurovision, so take it to Eurovision Asia and win the thing. I know it doesn't exactly work that way, but you have the experience. So, send Electric Fields. See what happens. Just a suggestion. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But I want Australia to continue to come back every year because I really enjoy the passion of the Australian fans. Great music. Loved Kate Miller-Heidke this year. And I just can't wait to see more of the talent that Australia has. So, not a bad song yet, Australia. So, for now, Lethargic Sloth, out. And just to add a little tail to this video, Aussie World has confirmed that Australia is going to participate at least until 2023. So we have 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, at least 4 more years of Australia confirmed right now. Australia is here until at least 2023 for Eurovision. That's great news. So, for now, Lethargic Sloth, out.